Planning to use Spreadshirt to sell your YouTube branded merchandise, but not sure whether to use their marketplace option or setting up your own shop option? Well, I'm going to talk about that right now. Ciao, homie. Ciao, homie. I am my block's strongest man, and I help you create small goals that matter in whatever you do. On this channel, we exercise with everyday objects, talk bodybuilding and strength sports, and review my block's best gadgets. If you're new here, consider subscribing and clicking the bell button for all notifications of my upcoming videos that release every other day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And at any point during this video, check out links in the description below where I list out everything that I've discussed in this video and how to get merchandise that helps us spread this message of small goals matter together, and tips like TubeBuddy to help supercharge your own channel. So on to today's topic. Some of you are thinking about using Spreadshirt to sell your YouTube branded merchandise. I've done the same thing, and I'll walk you through all the steps on how to do that. I've actually put together a bunch of new designs. As you can see, I have not only my Block Strongest Man, but now my Block Strongest Woman and my Block Strongest Baby design. So if you're interested in any of those, I have a 15% off coupon for all of my customers that Spreadshirt was kind enough to give me and probably will give you too. As of this writing, there are only 2 days left to redeem that. You do it just by redeeming the code on top. And so I'll probably release this video tomorrow, so it'll be the last day. I want to get this video out so that you're all aware. I want to save you as much money as I can on these wonderful designs that I've created. So, jumping into how you create these in the first place. When you come to Spreadshirt, it asks you one of two options, or sales channels as they call them, on how you want to sell your design. So I'll do a whole other video in Inkscape on how you create the design in the first place. I use Inkscape to create shirt and apparel designs, and also all my totally reinvented thumbnails that I just did, and so I'll walk you through that in another video. But here on this video, they give you a marketplace option or your own t-shirt option. So I said, let me scroll down a bit and see what those are. And so they tell you about, all the different products they offer, from shirts to mugs to phone cases and even aprons and pandemic masks. So I get to this portion where they compare the marketplace and owning your own t-shirt store, or opening your own t-shirt store on their platform. And so they say, with the marketplace, you get access to 100,000 plus daily visitors, endless earning potential with absolutely no risk, and access to exclusive designer campaigns. And then opening your own store is, apparently this insinuates it's a higher commission, so the highest commission in the industry, controlling your shop's look and feel, and choosing the products you want to sell. Now, I started off with the marketplace because I did the find out more, and it talked about having to kind of promote yourself when you do your own store, as opposed to just being in front of the 100,000 daily visitors that come to the marketplace every day. So I started off with just the marketplace. I was a little apprehensive, and I didn't really get any bites. I was using good tags that got me featured #1 in search results on Spreadshirt, and I still wasn't getting any purchases. I had 2 purchases on there, and they were both by me. The shirt that I purchased for myself, and one that I sent to an influencer who offered to show it on his videos. So I thought, well, let me look into this other option of opening up my own shop and see what that's all about. And literally, it says no risk over here on the left side, but I don't see the risk on the right side either. Granted, yes, I have to promote myself on Twitter and Facebook and other platforms, but I wasn't getting any bites anyway on the marketplace, so why not have both? It's not an either or, by the way. So I'll show you in a moment my designs and how you can set up to sell them on both platforms, so you're not limited in either way. And for me, the biggest gain was this control your shop's look and feel. So on the marketplace, I was real hesitant after I began using it, because I thought, well, so for example, let's just go to our products, for example, and let's try to look up one of my products and see what happens when you look it up. So we'll just go to Spreadshirt.com, the general website here, and then I'll just behave as if I'm a consumer, not logged in as myself. And as you can see, by the way, they do these promos from time to time. Right now there's a 25% off on stickers in addition to the 15% off site-wide for my products right now. So they do, from time to time, these different promos that I think do help you sell better. And so if I were to say, strongest, if I can spell, strongest space man. Let's see if I still rate number 1. I did for a while, and I do. So right there, see, I'm the number 1 result for strongest man. Now, if I click on that, it'll show us this t-shirt in a whole lot of different colors that it can come in, which is awesome, right? So you can do like a traditional white, a darker color. And I started making white logos because I know, so this looks fantastic, but when you go with a deep navy, you can barely see it. So I kind of made a white version of this logo for the darker colors and so forth. So you'll work through all that as you're setting this up. But then I say, okay, where's all the other products? Like, it went right to the t-shirt, but where's all the other products? So they're down here. And for me, it was a little difficult to tell kind of how to get to everything. So here we'll give you all the men's products. This will give you the women's products. And you have this scrolling carousel, but it's just showing you 5 at a time. And I just wasn't convinced that this would let folks easily and intuitively know from an end user perspective how to find what they need, right? So you need to know to click on these different categories, and you need to know to scroll more through the carousel. I mean, I have a lot of different options here, and you wouldn't know that unless you knew to do those things. And for example, like there's even tie-dye, which is kind of, I like the dark one, so I may pick this one up for myself. This charcoal color is kind of cool. So anyway, there's accessories and stuff like that, but you have to know how to use it. So what I ended up doing was, as I said, going the route of creating my own store. And so what does that look like? It looks like this. So it looks almost like it's your own website as opposed to having products on someone else's platform. And so I got to choose my logo on top here, which matches my YouTube logo. So if we go over to my YouTube, here, you'll see the logo is the same. I have consistent branding. This is where I got these designs from, right? So my image here of the man holding the recliner with the small goals matter is one of my t-shirt designs. Chow Homie's another one. And then, of course, I branched off into my Block Strongest Woman and my Block Strongest Baby because they do offer baby apparel, which is pretty cool. So, having a baby with a strongest man might be conflicting, right? And then here's examples of like the white logos, right? The black shirts with the white logo looks like really nice. So I got to choose which products I want to put it on in both options, in the marketplace and in the Spreadshirt shop. But here, like, as you can see, it's like a real website. So you have all products, you have men's, and then it cascades to t-shirts, tank tops, and so forth. Like, you don't have to scroll through a carousel to find things, and it's kind of much more easily searchable. And I was able to do the layout the way I wanted. They have certain themes, like I think they had 7 different themes, so I chose a theme to begin with, so I didn't have to even construct the site all from scratch or anything like that. It took, I don't know, half an hour, so it wasn't bad at all. Now, how does that look when you're actually creating it? Let's go back into the site where I'm logged in. So here again are all my designs, and when you are a designer using Spreadshirt, you'll get this set of buttons on the left here. And so the little shirt is your designs. Then you have your statistics. So here are your statistics. And they do take a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks to credit you after purchases are made. So I've had, like I said, 3 purchases and no credit yet because the time hasn't passed yet. So here are my sales, right? So I had this sale that like I said, I sent to an influencer who said he would try to wear it on one of his videos. This is the one that you see me wear that I purchased for myself. They call that the ringer because it has the borders on the neck and the sleeves. And then one more sale here. This is my 3rd sale. So actually my kind of first actual sale, I must admit to all of you, it was my mom, but it's a sale that I didn't pay for. So that's my first sale. And this one's pretty cool too. It's the zip up hoodie. So since there's a zipper in the front, the design goes on the back on that one. And so then as we go through the buttons, you have tips and tools. So they kind of give you different different tips, trends, and guides and different things to kind of help get you up to speed quicker. And then you have your notifications. So they have new products that come out. So they have a Polo just came out and they wanted to let me know. So that's my notification. And then as we work our way down, this is your showroom. So this kind of gives you a preview of what your showroom might look to others. And so when I came here using the marketplace, I would see like two things because I had two designs at the time. I would see one product for one design and one product for another design, and that's it. And so then I would click on men, for example, and we go down here. And again, so here there are more options because I have 6 designs now, but you notice I have 6 designs and it only shows you 6 things. So it's like 1 per product. And I was having a real hard time previewing through this showroom what my viewers or potential purchasers, customers would see. And I was thinking like they're going to have a really hard time finding, the 70 other things I have, products that I have for this design. Like they're going to think that the sweatshirt's the only one. So that was my main driver in setting up my own, quote unquote, my own shop on Spreadshirt. Then you go here and this button will show you the different settings for the shop. So here's where I set up my shop. And I wanted to spend a good few minutes here showing you what you can do because it's a lot. So you have kind of general options and you can do your SEO here. So you name your shop, you have a description for the shop, you add a URL. So it's, shop.spreadshirt.com/ whatever you want to name it. So in my case, my Block's Strongest Man. I try to keep my branding consistent across platforms. And then here's a preview of what that link would look like. And here kind of with all the metadata. And then you get a shop ID when you set it up, and you can visit the shop from here, which would show you what I showed you earlier, kind of. If I go to all products, you'll see it'll show you something like this. And you do even have control over which products and which designs come up first here, like before you have to click down here to say show me more products. But as you can see, it's like infinite scrolling. You can see almost everything at once. Like, yes, it's paginated, but we have like 50 items here instead of 2. So you can quickly see that it is not just 1 or 2 items. The potential customer, I think, gets a much better experience that way. And so coming back here, we can come out of the general area. So that was SEO. You can put in your contact information for customers here. You can add status, whether you want to close your shop for whatever reason. And then if we come out of the general settings, you have page settings. Here's what I was talking about. You decide exactly what is on your start page here or your home page. So you have these different sections, some of which I've turned on and some of which I found to be clutter. So I've turned them off, and that's why they're grayed out. So your teaser would be kind of like this banner, which I took my same banner that I have on my YouTube channel. And then you have product preview, which is all the images that you see below. And again, you have full kind of control over which of those things you want to turn on and off. Then you have a product list page, which means when I pick a product, what will be shown. And then you have a product detail page. So like here, like this sort of thing. It errors out in the preview apparently, but it would show you the product here, and you decide kind of like what you want to appear next to it in terms of details for that product. And then you have a customization tool. And so this allows you, when you're designing, you have the option on how large you want your design to be or how small you want it to be, either on the front or the back of the product. And so I've tried to kind of leave them at the defaults that Spreadshirt comes up with because I feel like at this point I'm new at it and they know better than I do. But some of them I've made larger. I know the t-shirt that I purchased, the Ringer model, I made that larger. It's like 80%, and I think the default was 59 or something like that. I just felt it was too small, and I think it's, looking at it on me, I think it's the right size, so I think I made a good choice there. And so this design tool actually comes up for the customer too, so they can take what you designed and change it to their liking or customize it further which is a great thing about Spreadshirt as well. And so then, in addition to that, you have a topics and about us. So these are just additional tools to help customers find your designs more easily. So hopefully that's given you a good window into the difference between Spreadshirt Marketplace and Spreadshirt Shop. And again, you want to decide what's best for you, but I don't really see any harm in using both of them to see which performs better for you, at least not for now. So hopefully you found that informative. Now you know the difference between a Spreadshirt Shop and Spreadshirt Marketplace, the pros and cons of each, so you can make your decision of how to sell your YouTube branded merchandise. And as always, thank you again for joining My Blog's Strongest Man. Remember to subscribe, and remember to check out 2 more videos which you should see blooping up right there and right there. This one is the one YouTube thinks would interest you the most, and this one is the one I think would interest you the most. Check them out, and I'll see you next time. And of course, as always, until next time, ciao, homie.